The Air Force Academy has been synonymous with Colorado Springs for nearly 70 years, but the academy could have very easily been built in the Midwest if not for one of the most famous pilots in history.
KRDO's Josh Helmuth explores how the Air Force Academy landed in our city in today's Sesquicentennial Minute.
Since the birth of flight, America's military aviation had discussed plans for an aeronautical academy. Well, the talk finally became a reality after World War II under the National Security Act, which created the Air Force. But where would the Air Force train cadets? There were 350 cities under consideration before 3 finalists were announced: Alton, Illinois, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and Colorado Springs. Our city won out because of an impressive pitch that included the city buying part of the 17,000-acre plot. But also helping the Air Force Academy land here, possibly the most famous pilot of all time was on the survey committee, and he loved our little town.
Charles Lindbergh went up in a local small aircraft, flew around and said, "This area is perfect. This is really where it needs to be."
And with the remarkable pilot in the Springs, soon came a remarkable story. Lindbergh, one of the most famous men in the world at the time, was treated like any other pilot while trying to rent his plane here.
And the airfield manager said, "Well, do you have a pilot's license?" And he said, "Yes, I do have a pilot's license. In fact, I have several of them." He said, "Well, I'm going to need to see your private pilot's license." And so Charles Lindbergh pulls out his wallet, slides his card across the table, and the manager just turns beet red when he realizes that he's got Charles Lindbergh standing in front of him.
Thankfully, Lindbergh didn't mind being inconspicuous. He still fell in love with Colorado Springs, and he may very well be responsible for our city being the home of the Air Force Academy. Josh Helmuth, News Channel 13, Colorado Springs.